Start in the beginning?
Yeah. So start at the beginning and kind of tell me the story. First, let's see your tooth. All right, Ned. Tell us how it came to be that tooth ended up missing.
Well, exercising by myself. Grew up on a small farm. My brother and I, with my father's financial help, developed our own gym in our basement. And one summer day, while my brother was actually working on the farm, I went downstairs. My mom was in the kitchen cooking. I went downstairs and decided to work out. And it was before we had our squat rack. We just had stands, bar stands. And I was pushing myself and thought I would get one more rep. And as it was coming up, I just felt all the stress. I mean, I was spent, and the bar came down, hit me in the mouth, and drove my teeth through my lower lip, breaking that tooth and cracking the one next to it. I came upstairs, and my brother had just come in. My mom turned around and looked at me. She fainted because there was blood all over me and down. I was dripping blood all over the place. My brother called me an asshole for making my mom faint. And a week later, when it was time to get the stitches out of my face, it was a Saturday. Wide World of Sports was on, and my father was a fighter, so we never missed any boxing matches that was on TV. And my dad didn't want to leave because the fights were about ready to begin. So they encouraged me to go and lay down in my parents' bed. My brother sat on my chest, and my father, who was in desperate need of reading glasses, started to pull out my stitches.
What?
And it took almost an hour to get all the stitches out. Half the time, he was grabbing my lip with the tweezers instead of the stitches. And we had laughed so hard. I mean, I was in pain, but it was funny at the time. And it was one of the most greatest bonding moments with my dad and my brother.
Now, how old were you when this happened, when this bench press accident?
I was 16.
16.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever think about getting a fake tooth or anything like that?
I did when I was in college, and then afterwards, I gave it a lot of, I wanted to get it fixed and stuff, but it just became, I guess, part of who I am.
Part of your persona now, right?
Yeah, and I just never bothered, and I was lucky enough to find a girl that loved me, and everybody else tolerated it, so I just never got it fixed, and I'm sure I'm not going to.
I think it's pretty badass, actually.
Oh, thanks. It reminds me of, though I don't categorize myself the same way, but like hockey players, it's kind of like wrestlers with their cauliflower ears.
Right.
Jack Lambert, he was toothless. It's just kind of like a badge of your achievements or sacrifice, and even though mine was very minor, I'm real proud of it.
Let's see that scowl one time.